woods riding. Yes, sir. So woods riding is one of my getaways, one of my pastimes, a thing that I just enjoy doing when there's absolutely nothing to do, even though there's always something to do. But it's just a thing that I like to do to kind of clear my mind and just bullshit by myself. Because I ain't gonna lie, there's no better time spent other than the time that you spend by yourself. For real, for real. Kind of a rough ride out here. Sometimes you just gotta go out into the national forest and listen to Slug. My jam, but it gotta be put on hold. I like doing shit like this because it's so fun. It's just like a complete hump. It's a complete getaway from your mind, like constantly worrying about stuff. Go out in the woods and just have fun with it. Like currently, I'm in the best headspace that I've been in a long time. Due to doing shit like this, hey dude. But nah, doing stuff like this, just going out, kind of mindless, turn on the camera, have fun with it. It's a big dip right here. Let me go around that. That was a big dip. It's a big dip. It's a big dipper. It's a big dipper. I'm gonna just go through it. I was gonna get a camera shot of it, but it's all good. Look at that. But for the longest time, I was, paranoid, real paranoid person. And you are paranoid, and I still struggle with paranoia in a way, not in a crazy way, but just kind of like, if you like look into conspiracy theory and you know too much, I'll put it this way. Sometimes your detriment could be knowing too much, because then you start to correlate all these little weird coincidences that happen around you, and it doesn't help whenever you leave a big city like Atlanta and then move to like a smaller town, and the smaller town is just way different than you expected, and you start piecing stuff together and everything makes sense. And I ain't gonna lie, paranoia is paranoia. However, there are no such thing as coincidences in this world. They're only occurrences. A lot of these occurrences that I've seen throughout the past 3 years, they definitely add up. A nigga's not nutty or crazy or anything like that, but it's just one of those things to where I figured it out. When you're a Christian or you're a man of God and you pray, like I'm hoping that if you pray for protection, and you pray for to rebuke any evil that may be spoken upon your name and your just you as a person, your soul, but then you don't believe it all the way. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the paranoia kicks in, and that's where you can get in your head a little bit too much, rather than like taking a gift. You know what I'm saying? Like if you could pray to God for forgiveness and genuinely feel that you are forgiven and that you have repented, when you pray for protection, let go a little bit on that side of the coin as well. You know what I'm saying? And that's literally what I did. And ever since doing that, I just live every day, one day at a time, one step at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 second at a time, 1 hour at a time, and just go for what I know. You know what I'm saying? Because life is too short. Life is too short to be bugging out over some shit that, to be honest, the only way that you have control over it is taking yourself out of the situation. So anyone that's paranoid, there's only one way out of that situation, that scenario, that scenery of paranoia, and that is taking yourself out of it. So if you're not trying to take yourself out of it, that means you have some form of faith in your surroundings. Therefore, just pray and kind of give up. Not give up, but let God do his thing. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm at right now. And you know that's where I'm at right now because I'm out in the woods, dolo. Holy shit. Anyway, man, it's a little bumpy. Let me take this thing. And music definitely helps, man. Right now I'm listening to Slug again. And that's another thing I like to do. It's kind of not listen to exactly what you want to listen to. Put it on a playlist, and I mean a thick playlist, a thick random playlist, but set it at shuffle random and just see what songs, what they say, the universe, just see what songs that coincidence brings to your ears. You know what I'm saying? It's insane how it works, and I know what algorithm is, and I know what AI is, especially if you have an iPhone. Your iPhone is catching every single thing that you do as far as location, as far as the things that you say, as far as the music that you're playing, as far as the things that probably you're thinking. And that's the reason why these music, when they're on shuffle, let me put on my damn seatbelt, I'm tripping. Crossroads. Crossroads, do I want to go this way? Left? Man, that looks scary. Do I want to go right? Telephone poles, or do I want, you know what? Came to the fork in the road and went straight, bitch. Hey thing, you know what I mean? You gotta do that. You gotta do that. I'm straight. At some point, I'm gonna see if I can find a decent pull-off spot, maybe walk around trip, because I normally wear hey dudes every damn day. I thought today, I'm like, you know what? I ain't trying to get some cloth shits dirty, so I got on some Nike boots. Well, not really boots. Shout out to Wale. Wale. Like I said, this is the most mindless, stupid, dumb, and going nowhere vlog that I've ever done, but it is what it is. Like I said, sometimes you gotta be spontaneous, and you never know whenever a good idea pops up, because I always have good ideas pop up for videos, for songs, just any and everything, but then I always just let them go, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Damn, that look pretty dope. Look at all these trees real quick. I would run through there. Nah, yeah, you know I'm gonna run, nope, bit by a snake. But anyway, let's go through here. Not gonna lie, man, I'm too organized to be, it's too good to be true. Show y'all these trees, man. There's so many trees out here in the national forest that I would say that because it's literally a national forest. So if there were no trees, it wouldn't be a forest. But walk out here some, look out here. Pretty dope. The one thing I like about the national forest is, say, not here, but you have to have like the proper scenery. Like you gotta have a backdrop with like a big pile of dirt, be far away from houses, like residential areas, and you can actually shoot guns out here. I done went too far already, real shit. Cause my thing, I ain't really trying, like I said, I'm bored, man. Real shit, I'm bored. Dolo at the house, wife been out all day with her daughter, and I just decided, like, you know what? I was on the computer for the most part of the day, bullshitting around and putting in different applications and shit, because it's the summertime, summer break, and I'm just trying to find something to do with my day, productive, and it's hard to find shit. So I was like, you know what? I know something productive that I can do where I'm not waiting on anybody. Go out and just do a quick video, and that's what this is. I'm gonna head back to I came in this trail through this way, but if you go that way, it takes you to the back side of the trail, civilization. So I'm gonna go back that way and just end this shit. I don't know, I may jump on the back porch, have a beer, and end this video off. But yeah, like I said, man, and it's funny, you gotta practice what you preach. As far as this shit is, like I said in the last Osmo Action 4 video vlog that I did about just going out and doing it, and I've had so much time to just do shit like this, but I haven't been doing it. And I just thought today, I'm like, damn, dude, I have absolutely nothing to do. So, I mean, it is what it is. End this shit out. Sweating like a motherfucker. God, I'm sweating like a bitch. But anyway, I ain't turning the camera back on until it's worth turning the camera back on. AKA, I gotta see a bear, a snake, an alligator, fuck it, a coon, or anything. Look at this dip right here. It's a little muddy there. I know this video ain't gonna be monetized for the fact that I have all this damn music playing in the background, but sometimes it ain't about monetization. It's about kind of getting your groove, getting back in your groove, and getting back to where turning on the camera and speaking to it and just bullshitting around is fun, because it's free. You feel me? It's free. But a lot. Shout out to my boy Ben. He rough country this entire Jeep, all the springs, the stabilizer and everything, and it literally drives like night and day compared to that Skyjacker shit that I had in there. But yeah, man, if you want to vlog, period. You know what I mean? It ain't even that deep. Just like the last video I did, it's not that deep. Just do the shit. It's not really, for real. You know what I mean? But let me turn this shit off. This is like the worst. I may have shown this before in another video, but point in case about being allowed to shoot out in the national forest, but I wouldn't recommend this. Like, this is kind of abusing. This is what I call abusing of the rib. This is what I call abusing privileges. And what the fuck is that? I don't know what that is, but it kind of got me feeling. It got me feeling a certain way, so I'm gonna get rid of it. But anyway, look at this beautiful shit, man. Forest type shit, you know what I mean? Dirt roads, Dolo, 357. I guess that's what mile we're on, 300. But one thing I will say in this video is I've got to get back to the thing that got me back passionate about doing YouTube videos was an actual project. I was gonna say series, but actually it is a series, but to me it's more so of a project because like I said, I'm living in a small town, but I've started a new video series called Wakulla, and that's the county that I live in. And first episode is already out, and it was using the Osmo Action. It was using the same camera, but there were certain shots to where I used the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and there was also shots that I used the Sony a6500, which is just my walk around gimbal camera, and I got it rigged out. Go peep that out. But I'm literally maybe a segment away to 2 segments away from being done. Second episode of that video, and I cannot wait for it because it's actually fun to shoot because it's more so, it's a vlog, but with interviews. It's a vlog with interviews of different locals, restaurant owners, small mom and pops owners, and just pretty much anything iconic, any like kind of monument. I've been trying to get a interview with Pelican Place, which is this house, and if I go by there, I'll probably bust the camera open. I'll probably bust the camera out so I can show y'all the reason why I would want to interview that place, because it's real artsy, weird, hipsterish, and kind of out of place for this small town. I wanted to get their input and pretty much their inspiration for decorating their house in the way that it's decorated. Thought I'd stop and show you a busted up stop sign. Oh, the device about to overheat. Holy shit. I'm sure how it sounds now, but one thing that I So apparently this microphone had died on me and I didn't know it. So just so you know, whenever you have the Hollyland Lark M2, and whether it's on or not, when it's flashing orange, it is not picking up your audio. So make sure that it's blue, or if you got noise cancellation on, green. Real quick, I didn't say this, but whenever you see that your transmitter is blinking orange and not blue or green, make sure that you disconnect the receiver from that, because it's going to constantly be trying to connect to something. Therefore, it's telling the camera that you have an external microphone, but there's no external microphone to sync. 2 months was pretty much everyday use. And now me having to charge it up is not bad at all, and it sucks because I didn't bring my little Hollyland pouch that it came with. If that were the case, I could have just grabbed the other microphone, threw this in the bag, and then used the other microphone, because the other microphone probably at 100%. But anyway, just it is, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's a vlog. It's a Osmo Action for a vlog, and everyone's doing it. So I don't normally do what everyone else does, but I'm just doing this because I'm bored. I'm bored. Oh yeah, another thing. Somebody asked about the camera angle that I use for this actual camera angle, so might as well go ahead and show you. Is this right here? Not so much this ball head, but you need this impact clamp, and you need a any kind of ball head, and I prefer Arca Swiss, because with the Arca Swiss you could easily take the Osmo off and mount it to anything. Like I got this for the Osmo Action 1. There's a magnet magnet like this right here for anything Arca Swiss. I can even put my big camera on that. What else? And then I got one of these for when I mount it, say on the fender flare, the little smaller super clamp. And this right here, I just put the Osmo Action 4 directly onto it. As you see, I don't have a cage on my Osmo Action 4. And also the little protective glass for the lens, I took that off because it's not needed unless you need it waterproof. And it is scary when you mount it to the outside of the camera. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want rocks and shit, you know what I'm saying, popping up on it. But if you ain't off-roading and doing like backwoods kind of shit like how this is, you're perfectly fine. But yeah, anyway, best quality you're gonna get with this is with that glass off. Take the glass off. One more word to the wise. Everybody has a voice online nowadays. However, if you don't agree with, thing doesn't align up with your well-being and your morals, keep your mouth zipped. Do not attack, do not debate, do not go back and forth online with any of these communities, whether it be in the LGBTQ or feminist movement. Man, this ain't paranoia. They petty, and they will game plan a shit to get you up out of there. Disagree, but do not go back and forth with a community that is petty, because the LGBTQ and them feminists, they petty as shit, and they will devise a game plan 2 years in the making, and guess what? You just gotta deal with it.
The brick, still fighting demons, see that curse is now my gift. Secrets die with me, that's as deep as the abyss. That is no coincidence, when I was in the mix, opened up your nose like I'm cutting it with Vicks. Slaving over stoves like I rubbed together sticks. Paved another road so my soul will coexist. But heaven only knows I will dig another ditch. In a suit and tie like you putting on the Ritz. 3 record deals showed me ignorance was bliss. Trying to milk a game that is only 2%. X told you hell is hot, I told you repent.
Oh, man. Back door's locked. And I parked right underneath the tree with hanging particulates. Never park underneath the tree with hanging particulate. It don't work like that. This and that. That's how close the branches were to the car. But anyway, headed back to the house. Run to the back door. One thing I'll say though, and that is, I'm not comfortable vlogging. I'm not even comfortable vlogging in the fucking forest by myself, because I haven't done it in such a long time. We're back when I was in Georgia, I used to vlog like 2 and 3 times a week and compile everything together. And that's when vlogging was really big. But now that it's making a comeback, I'm trying to do it again and it's just gone. So this is literal a testament and proof that in order to get comfortable, you got to get with the program. You have to literally do it before you're going to be comfortable. Like I said, I'm out there in the woods by myself, and it still just felt awkward because it's not something that I'm used to doing anymore. It's almost like I've been reprogrammed to not create content. Like I've been reprogrammed to not feel myself. Like I've been reprogrammed to be more awkward, less confident, and just, I don't know, man, it's crazy. It's crazy how shit like this that used to be so fun to me, and I know it could be because of age, because I'm over 40 years old now, so it could be that, but it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like that at all. It feels like just some, I don't know what really to call it, but I'm more so now a sit-down video, talking head video at the crib. But if I'm going to continue to do this Wakulla documentary, this Wakulla series that I bit from Peter Santinello. Shout out Peter Santinello, the Florida that nobody knows. And he goes all over, he goes everywhere. But the Florida that nobody knows is the one that really inspired me to just focus on this little county that I live in, this small town that I live in, and document things and interview people. But I literally have to, like, in between time of job hunting, in between time of taking care of shit at the house, in between time of spending time with my wife, all this downtime that I have throughout the day, now until I find a, you know what I'm saying, a summer job, I gotta start doing it more. That way I can, like, actually use my personality and use my courageousness. Courageous, that's funny. But pretty much just use my not give a fuckingness to start running back up on people, scheduling interviews, and just making it happen. So I'll say that to say this: if you want to vlog, ain't nobody gonna help you start. Ain't nobody gonna help you vlog. You gotta start. You know what I'm saying? Like, pretty much, you gotta do what it. You gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? Just do it.
Maybe someday I've been trying to make you love me,
And back home safe and sound.
but everything I try.
But I already know. I don't think they probably ain't back yet, because they went to Tallahassee. Yeah, they not back yet. Your boy Dolo. Oh, I ain't hating. So we back at the crib now, and dropped the footage already. It's on the computer, but time to relax even more. Shout out to chat. And add on to this, what I did was I got the other mic charging. I have the secondary mic on. I'm not a liar, but aside from that, grab me a beer, back porch, smoke a cigarette, and have back porch and Rodego type of situations. This is just what it is, man. And the one thing that I kind of like about apparently this new YouTube is the fact that the whole prototype, I ain't gonna say prototype, the whole blueprint of niche channels seems like it may be out of the window. Seems like niche channels may be out the window and YouTube has gone back to YouTube. And that, when I say that, it's pretty much whatever you want to create. The fact that vlogs are being pushed a little bit more now kind of lets you know that pretty much niche channels got kind of stale. And a lot of times, whenever you go to a niche, like if you create videos or if you create content on the internet in general, you're creative. And a creative mind never stops running. It's always on to the next idea, always on to the next thing. And that's the reason why I kind of stopped doing YouTube, is for the fact that it was just a niche thing. Like, you, in order to thrive as far as content being put up and for the algorithm to push out your stuff, you had to like pick one niche and stick to it. And that's the reason why I'm like, that ain't for me. But I kept doing it, but I didn't do it consistently. But now I'm kind of seeing it just from my feed, to be honest, and like what the algorithm's putting up in my feed. And it's like people that I've never seen before. Video creators that have 35 subscribers, people, and not to say anything bad about that, but just it's more based on what you're already looking for. Like, the algorithm is actually working a little bit better now, but it seems that they're giving more of a fair shake to everyone. And I ain't gonna lie, I gotta have some of that. All of that footage is already dropped on there. I can't wait to get back to my what color documentary thing. I'm definitely gonna be using this camera way more than expected, because it's just a good camera. Easy. Like, I'm holding it on an Arca Swiss plate on the DJI magnetic mount, and that's it. I don't even have a tripod. The tripod's holding up my phone right now. One of my mini tripods, the PGY Tech Manus Pod. But here I go talking about gear. But that's one thing that I'll say though, as far as anybody that's trying to start a vlog, don't obsess over gear. Get a action camera, and I ain't gonna lie, don't go with the Action 5, go with the Action 4. The video quality on the Action 4 looks better than the video quality on the Action 5, and I know that doesn't make sense, but guess what? I could have gotten an Action 5. I could get an Action 5 now if I wanted. I've done crazy amount of research, side by sides, downloading footage that was raw and then downloading other footage that was raw, and the 4 looks way better than the 5. To be honest, the audio coming out of the 4 after that firmware update, like I said earlier, audio, you don't even really need one of these, but they're good if you're out and about, especially in a city situation, and you're kind of self-conscious about talking out loud in front of people that are walking by or whatever, you can literally talk like kind of to yourself. And everyone's crazy nowadays, so if people think that you're talking to yourself, hey, so be it. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Little do they know, you're creating